Guys, I have a confession to make. I got scammed. So places like eBay have become absolutely jam-packed with fake LEGO minifigures, and I feel like Clone Troopers are one of the worst affected. They seem to be everywhere, all over eBay. However, I'd like to think of myself as someone who's got relatively good at avoiding all of these fake minifigures. However, as you can see today, I slipped up and I got scammed. So I was scrolling through eBay as you do, so I'm looking for deals on custom LEGO Star Wars minifigures, specifically some custom decal Clone Troopers, and I came across this listing right here. So at first I saw these figures and I thought they were just some really sort of like averagely well done decals that were on sort of like Lego bodies, maybe a couple of custom helmets in there with that ARF Trooper and the pilot, but I thought they looked really good. It was some figures that at a glance looked pretty awesome, and I'd never really seen that design before, so I presumed it was some sort of old decal that I'd never really seen before, and that £22 price looked pretty appetizing. I presumed it was just someone selling off some old decaled figures. So the first sort of check I make is to look at the sort of name of the actual listing, and if it says the word LEGO, usually that means that it's not a knockoff. Usually if it's a knockoff, they sort of say fits LEGO or compatible with LEGO, that sort of thing. But this one looked quite good, so I scrolled down and looked at the description, obviously trying to see some more information about this fig, but there was only one line of description, which again probably should have been a red flag to me, but it didn't say anything about it being made on non-official LEGO products, so I did a bit more digging. So I scrolled back up to see if I could get a better look at the photo. Sadly there was only one photo, which again probably is a bit of a red flag. I saw that there was a no returns policy on this product, however there was a money back guarantee, which is a thing eBay does to sort of cover you in case you get scammed or anything like that, so I felt like I could take a little gamble on this product, so I submitted an offer of £15. The seller accepted, which probably again should have been a red flag that they'd want to take such a low price, but I was feeling lucky and I thought, what's the worst that can happen? These figs look pretty cool, so I thought I'd give it a go. So forward wind to a couple of days later and the figs have arrived. When I unboxed them, I didn't really have much time. I quickly opened them up, had a look at them, had a brief look at them. They looked okay at a glance and they didn't really feel particularly fake when I felt them. I quickly snapped a photo because I had to head out and I posted it onto my Instagram story. I then went off my phone for a few hours, came back and to a load of messages telling me that these were fake. So I went ahead and checked them and this is what I saw. Of course, the first thing I did was to pop their heads off. This is a classic check to see if it's a real or fake LEGO product. Of course, you can see these guys have the hole in the neck, which clearly suggests that they are fake. You can see on the left I have a real LEGO body. They should just be closed off with that LEGO stamp on top of there. I then went ahead and removed the legs, and you can see this was an even more shocking sight. This is definitely not what you should be seeing on official LEGO figures. So my first thought was that someone has just applied some decals to some fake LEGO bodies. I hopefully will get my money back. But then I went ahead and scrolled through some of my Instagram messages and I got some really weird messages about basically saying that these are fake decals as well. And the closer you look at the figures, they look really sort of like they're just photocopied of sort of maybe AV's decals, that sort of thing. So yeah, I just want to say a huge shout out to those guys who sort of educated me on this. I never even knew people were ripping off decals and selling fake decals. So you got to look out for these sort of things. You definitely do not want to be supporting any of these companies who are maybe ripping off from those big companies, taking their products and then selling them on. Obviously they are just trying to profit on someone else's hard work, so this is a really scummy thing to do. But yeah, it's really good that I'm actually now sort of informed on this topic. I never knew this was a thing, I never knew people were doing this, so I hope I can sort of inform you guys and tell you that this is happening and this is definitely something you should look out for in the future. So now it's time to reach out and see if I can get a refund. So I basically requested to return and refund this product and this was his response. So he said it's basically branded as a custom LEGO product and is unbranded in the brand section, which isn't really fair in my opinion. I think that the fact that it includes the word LEGO in the description definitely doesn't mean that it is a non-LEGO product. So I replied with this, basically saying that it in no way has anything to do with LEGO. It's got no LEGO pieces, and usually custom indicates that it's decaled or printed onto LEGO pieces, and these are just knockoffs, and it should have clearly stated that in the description or somewhere in the title of the product. He then basically tried to argue that this was clearly an unbranded product and that it doesn't come up in the LEGO section of eBay, which is completely untrue because when you search for LEGO, obviously it's going to come up with products that have LEGO in the title. So for this reason, I managed to convince him to give me a refund, which is good. However, this is where we are at in the story so far. So I now need to send these back to him and I'll get back to you in a couple days and tell you exactly how that went and if he gave me the refund in the end when I send them back to him. So I packed all of these up into a new envelope because quite frankly, the one he sent me definitely wasn't reusable, and I got this shipped off to him. So a couple of days later now, and I just received this email, and it is good news. We have got our £18 back. Obviously it wasn't much money to lose or to gamble with in the first place, but it's really good that we got that back, and he also covered the shipping. So that's good. I didn't end up losing any money at all on this, so obviously they covered the shipping back to the seller, which is good. But I did also learn a pretty valuable lesson that this is definitely something that can easily be faked, and even if they do look like AV decals, they can be faked and they can be on knock-off bodies as well. So I definitely have to be careful in the future. But one thing I did notice was this guy actually has a website. He sells a load of figs on there, so let's go over and have a look at what is included on his website and just sort of have a scroll through and see what we can find. Okay, so we've come over to his website now. Let's have a look and see what's on offer. Okay, so we start off, we can see some rifles and stuff. I mean, these aren't bad. I'm not really opposed to having custom blasters and that sort of thing, and these are very cheap, or a reasonably cheap price. So I guess that's not a bad start. But then we've scrolled down and we've already got into the fake clones. He's selling them for very cheap, and this is just a very key indicator that these are fake clones. You can't really argue with that. These are just pretty rubbish. Even if you didn't know by just looking at them, you can see the price and just think they're going to be terrible quality. They're not going to be good plastic at all. He does even have the bad batch there, which is quite cool, I guess. I mean, hopefully Lego will be doing these in a few months time. But yeah, that is looks like a fair amount of his figures there. He also has some battle pack builds. I presume these are the actual Lego ones. He's selling them for £7 each, I guess, which isn't a bad thing. That guy looks semi-real there, the pilot. I think that's probably the best one so far, but other than that, these are all just clearly knockoffs he's found for really cheap, and he's just selling them on. Hopefully no one's getting fooled by these. I mean, some of these look semi-okay, but most of these look absolutely awful, and I'm pretty sure 99% of people will be able to tell. Well, he has some battle droids, which is quite cool. He calls them battle bots. Let's have a look at these. For £1.50, you can get a Lego battle droid for £1.50 easily. So let's see. I don't think these are Lego. Like, the plastic just looks a little bit off. Like, that hand doesn't look right either. I might be wrong. These might be official Lego. The head looks a bit slanted as well, but yeah, I think these aren't official Lego. But you can definitely get a battle droid for less than £1.50. So I don't know why you'd pay £1.50 for a fake battle droid, but yeah, interesting selection anyway. Let's have a look at, oh, he's got some decals. Let's have a look and see if these are the fake ones that he sent on my figures. The ones on my figures look just like regular paper. So let's have a look at these. These look like they are his own decals. He doesn't say anything about them being AV or anything, so I presume these also look very different to AV and that sort of thing. So these are definitely not knockoffs, or he hasn't stolen these from AV specifically, and I don't know about maybe some other people. So let me know in the comments if you recognize these decals. But from what I can see, he's made up his own decals, so I guess that's not a bad thing. But yeah, the ones I got on my figures were definitely sort of like photocopied and looked awful, and they were sort of faded. So these definitely aren't the ones that I got on my figures. But yeah, it's interesting to see. Maybe if this video gets enough likes and enough comments, I might buy a couple of these and try them out. But yeah, that looks like just about all of his selection on his website. So let me know what you think of this in the comments. Do you think this is a really bad thing to be doing? Obviously, knockoff products are terrible. They are taken away from Lego. And maybe profits Lego would be potentially getting, which is really bad, and it's promoting a completely fraudulent company and fraudulent business. So I don't really advocate for checking out this guy's website. Please don't go send any hate over to him or anything like that. That'd be awful. But I think it is not a good thing for him to be selling this. But yeah, let's hit the outro, and I'll give you my sort of overall rounded opinion on this whole series of events. So yeah, that is my overall experience with this scam. I guess I did really kind of fall for it. I hope this has definitely helped you guys out. It certainly helped me, so hopefully it can help you guys in some sort of way as well. But yeah, definitely wouldn't advocate for buying any sort of fake custom products like this. These are absolutely rubbish. They're nowhere near as high quality as anything you're going to be getting from all those professional sort of sellers, that sort of thing. But yeah, I hope you guys did enjoy today's video. If you found it interesting or enjoyed it at all, leave a like and subscribe if you're new to the channel. Make sure to comment your opinions in the comment section down below. Let me know what you thought of this whole experience. I'm very glad I got my money back, otherwise I would have been very annoyed. But yeah, it's pretty good. I mean, I probably shouldn't have fallen for this, but I guess it's good that I did in the end, because I got a sort of learning experience and a video out of it, so that's pretty good. But yeah, thank you guys for watching. I hope you have a fantastic rest of your day, and I'll see you very soon. Goodbye.